We assume so. Alrighty. So I think we are now, I'm just waiting for it to confirm. Right, we are live on, so I think we are Facebook. Yes, we are. We are all live and we're translating. So fantastic. Okay, so let's get this interview on the road. Firstly, welcome, Tyler. We're so excited to have you here today.
I feel so the same. Thank you, Christina, for hosting. I just really appreciate the chance.
And we are delighted to be able to welcome all our friends from Europe and around the world in 3 different languages right now. Oftentimes, we see the recording translated later, but it's a treat to have you live.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just great to be with you guys today.
Well, I think we should really get started at the beginning. There are so many new people here, Tyler, that have never met you before. So I'm going to do a little bit of an introduction, but I think what we'd love to know is your introduction of yourself, your dad, and Asea, where it all started. But for those of you that have never met this wonderful gentleman before, this is Asea's original co-founder, Tyler Norton. And for many of us, Tyler is really the reason we are here. I know I was definitely checking this out with my arms closed, like, what is this all about? And I was already very fascinated by the product, but I fell in love with this company when I heard Tyler speak. 2017, way up in the back row, arms folded, and listening to Tyler, I got to know the heart of the company. And that's why we have invited him today, because we'd like to share the heart of Asea with you, and that is this man. So thank you, Tyler, for being with us.
Thank you.
So where did it all begin? For those of us that are new here, for people that are new here that don't know the Asea story, where did it all start?
Well, the Asea story starts with my father for sure. And some of you may have had a chance to meet my father, but my father was a very successful corporate executive in large companies in the United States, and was retired and driving my mother crazy at home. She did not appreciate his direction in the house as much as he thought she might. And he was very active even after retiring. So he retired from corporate America when he was probably close to, I want to say 58 years old. And for the next 10 years, he consulted and did all sorts of different ventures. And we did some strategic consulting work together, and we were introduced to a biotechnology company that was developing at the time 2 technologies. And we were asked to do a consulting engagement for them. My dad is a really, really smart and good strategist, and very capable at seeing a business and being able to see the opportunity that business represents. And so we were asked to give this biotech company some help. And I personally was at the same time running a fairly large organization in the financial industry. And so my father ended up really running that engagement without me for a time. I introduced him to them, and he became very intrigued with the technology that they had in this company. And I remember going to the house and seeing, and he had chemistry books and biology books. And I said, "What are you doing? What on earth are you doing?" And he said, "Well, you remember this small biotech company? I really believe they have something very unique in one of these technologies." And they asked him to sit on the board, Christina, and he did that for a short period of time until he realized they literally had no growth capital. They had nothing to work with, and he offered to buy their technologies if they were going to make a change.
Wow.
And he did.
Mm-hmm.
And originally, he thought there's something very valuable in this technology. Maybe I'll be able to sell it. But he also began to share it with people, and people kept coming back to the house asking for more of it. And it was really quite an experience for him, where he was in fact offered to sell it to the pharmaceutical industry, and chose not to do that. And someone suggested, have you ever considered direct sales and network marketing as a way to share this product and technology with the world? And he started to look into it, and that was the basis for this company. I should say that I did not believe at the beginning at all. I
That's
thought
good to hear.
he had lost his mind, and was very worried that this was not going to work. So if any of you have doubts, so did I. But my father really was very, very insightful to start this company, and has changed. I just met with a gentleman in the boardroom of our company who, with great emotion, said, your father, really is the reason I'm here. And so it's been a wonderful experience of sharing that technology and other technologies around the world. And I give all the credit to my dear father, who really was the visionary for this company.
That's a wonderful word, and definitely the word that was coming to my mind, visionary, because for many of us, it's even hard to wrap our heads around and believe the Redox story now that there is so much evidence and proof and products and testimonials. He did all that without it. He really went on faith. And can you tell us a little bit more on that, Tyler? How that has evolved, the Redox, where it was from the beginning, where it is now, and of course, we're all very interested in where this Redox space is going.
Yeah. Well, I think I could start by asking, has everyone heard of an antioxidant?
Yeah, of course.
Now think about that for a minute. How interesting that all of us know what an antioxidant is, or at least we think we know
Yeah.
what an antioxidant is. And if I was able to ask all of you a question and say, are antioxidants good? I think the majority of you would say, yes, they're good.
Sure.
The antioxidant movement, in my opinion, is a foreshadowing of the redox movement.
Mm-hmm.
And the redox movement has ox as oxidants in it. But what the science has revealed is that just supplementing your body with antioxidants does not necessarily yield a better result. But keeping your body in balance between reductants and oxidants inside the body, the new term is redox homeostasis, redox balance. And the way I see it is, my father was visionary and could see very early on that the redox story was truly the true story. The antioxidant story was overinflated and became a marketing story. This is proven, as many of you know, because 7-Up claimed they had antioxidants because of the cherry syrup in cherry 7-Up. And they were sued. They literally had a lawsuit because they were making claims that cherry 7-Up had antioxidants. So classic marketing overreach of a science position. For me, one of the great evidences that my father was visionary is that the Society for Free Radical Biology, that is the society studying what they call free radicals, which is what antioxidants quench or address, has changed their name. The worldwide scientific community no longer is focused on just antioxidant science. It's now the Society for Redox Biology and Medicine Science. What that tells you is the science community knows that your cells need to find redox homeostasis or balance. Are antioxidants important in that process? Yes. But they became overly emphasized in the story from a marketing perspective.
Sure.
So we sit, in my opinion, in a very, very strong and unique position in the world, especially in the world of supplementation, because we own this space and are the only ones that are truly taking products that are redox in nature to consumers. And how many of you, by raise of hand, have had someone you know or love have a positive product experience with Asea? Show me your hands.
I mean, thousands of people, thousands.
Right? I mean, this is a really important thing. What is the proof? What is the basis for this? It's your hands. It's this obvious indication that we're helping people. That's because redox homeostasis is, in fact, the new gold standard. It's the new golden rule in cellular health. And I just think my father was incredibly visionary, and you can call it prescient, you can call it any number of things, but he was right. He was right. This is where the future of cellular health was going, and we now have a 10-year advantage on all other companies in our space.
It's a wonderful summary, Tyler. And I remember hearing, I think back in 2017, that and you might correct the phrasing, that the true visionary in marketing doesn't go and position himself where the market is, but figures out where the market is going to be. And this is a wonderful example of positioning. And for those of you that missed that huge thing that Tyler just said, Asea is the first, but still the only company that is producing redox supplements. Like, that's huge. And I personally didn't think we'd have this lead still, but it's magnificent, and a testimony to what Asea has done, that no one else in the world has been able to do this still. So Tyler, could you tell us a little bit about that journey from the blue bottle, right? We started with a supplement that was a drink supplement, and now it's evolved to so many other cool, incredible applications of redox. Would you tell us a little bit about that evolution? And I guess we're all also curious, where is the company seeing itself with products into the future?
Yeah, thank you. Am I speaking at a speed or cadence that's working for translation?
I would assume so. Mauricio and Sylvie, if you want to.
Mauricio.
Sí, muchas gracias. Merci, Sylvie. I think they're okay. Yes.
The early years of product development, Christina, were not easy. And that's because we're actually committed to making sure anything we develop has a commitment to the redox principles and the technology that we started with. And the first product that we were able to successfully bring into the marketplace almost 10 years ago, in addition to our redox supplement, or as we affectionately call it, the blue bottle, was our Renew 28 gel. And that technology and that gel product has a broad range of use case potential. It is not simply for a cosmetic for face, but it can be. It can be for your entire body. And of course, you may recall that we viewed that as an outside in approach to that same redox technology that we were now saying was also available inside out through the ingestible supplement. Those two products to this day continue to be our most prominent products that we sell around the world. But as you know, we have invested a lot in research and development, and currently have a lot of science happening around the world. Some of the science that we're getting back, we will be sharing at our global convention in Texas next month. Really exciting things that we're learning that are all part of this redox journey that we are on at Asea. As we developed our skincare line, as we developed our nutritional supplementation lines in the VIA line, and as we've moved into cellular performance products like Asea Redox Mood or Mind or Energy, and even our most recent Radiance product that's a collagen product, all of those products have been developed inside the framework of redox technologies and principles. And that's a much broader framework than a single product, because reductants and oxidants are the interplay of life. The gentleman who was a Hungarian scientist, Albert Szent-Györgyi, who found and really discovered vitamin C, said that life is nothing but an electron looking for a place to rest. He was referring to redox principles. When energy is transferred in electron form, it creates the ability for life to exist in plants and in animals. Photosynthesis, right? All of the things that underscore life on our planet have elements of redox phenomenon in them. And so that broad framework of how electrons transfer and how those things function in the body to help us efficiently use our energy at a cellular level are really the broad framework for our product development. And I'm thrilled that we now have products that we refer to as powered by redox, meaning the redox principles and the ingredients in those products have unique properties in the transfer of electrons in our bodies, as well as what we call our core technology, which is what we make at the Redox Center here in the form of our Blue Bottle supplement and Renew 28. Now, we are working on additional products like the clay mask that draw upon our technology, right? And we are finding new ways to apply them. But we have to be very careful because we're so committed to the quality elements of our products that we're very, very sensitive to developing new products just to say we have new products. We want them to be true redox products. And so far, I feel like we've been very, very true to that vision and commitment.
You have. And the result of that, Tyler, is incredible. And I know that some of our friends listening may not yet have access to the clay mask or the Radiance product, but it's imminent. But I do want to say that those are just extraordinary products, really, really groundbreaking products that have results, and you can see they're on a whole new level. So have you got any hints you want to make about other products that you might be looking at into the future? I know it's very cheeky that I'm asking like this, but you know me.
I would just say this: our global convention will give you those hints.
Okay.
We had a medical professionals board meeting last week, and we were sharing with many of our medical professionals some of the science that we are learning. The science journey foreshadows the product journey for us.
Sure.
And so when you see some of the results we're getting from a science perspective, those are the moments when we lean into those results and they start to inform potential for additional product development. And so that's what I will say. But I can
Right.
tell you it's a really fun and exciting range of potential that we have in the future. And we're just really, really excited about it.
And we appreciate it. And we love the fact that ASEA is committed to quality and also committed to research. And I love that you have you're leading the way in discovering even the potential of redox, so far beyond product development. You're really leading this space. I wonder if we could change gears for a little minute and talk a little bit about the marketing model. Because we're all here because we share this vision and we want to share this vision further with the world. People beyond us deserve to know about this. So can I first ask you, Tyler, why was the decision made to take ASEA to the world through the network marketing model?
Yeah, I think at a very practical level, this product needs to be shared. It's a product that needs to be shared with a story and with experience. But it also it has a lot to do with the need. And the quickest way to match the people who need this product with the people who have it is through network marketing. I have been amazed that we have been able to find people in 33 countries looking for solutions for their own health and circumstance through a commitment to this model. And so I don't believe if this was a traditional consumer packaged good, that putting it on a shelf somewhere would have spread as quickly as it has and created the impact that it's had at a product level any other way. And I should say that I believe there are many competitors in this space who decide they want to start a network marketing company and then begin to investigate a product for it. We are the exact opposite. We found a product that we knew the world could benefit from, and then said, what is the best method for us to get that product to the people who need it? That led us to this model, to network marketing. It is not my dad's native or natural background or mine. It is now after 13 years. But I think that's a very important distinction, is we found a technology, a biotechnology, we believed that could be very helpful to the world. And we chose network marketing to help us get it to the world. Now, at a very real level, it portends or foreshadows opportunity. There's an opportunity to go out and not only make an income sharing this, but make a very big difference in people's lives. And that's fundamental to why we also are still committed to this approach and way of sharing the product and opportunity.
And I'm glad that you are, because this has allowed people who are suffering from financial illness, and there's many of us that have been, to share in this breakthrough. As you know, in my case, I was a single mom when I had a look at ASEA. Thankfully, I didn't have a physical condition, but I certainly had a financial condition. And what excited me about ASEA was that from a marketing perspective, which was my background, this was the first time I saw a product that fit into the 3 golden categories of being unique, necessary, and recurrent. That doesn't often happen. Sometimes unique stuff isn't recurrent, or it's not necessary. It's the 3 categories are so beautifully displayed with ASEA. And this was an opportunity that has changed my life. Could you speak a little bit, Tyler, about why this opportunity is so important right now? For somebody that's looking at this like a potential business, to to really dig in and scale from being a customer to being a distributor to being an associate. Why is this opportunity so ready for the world right now?
Christina, my dad used to he looked at this business through the eyes of a strategist.
Mm-hmm.
So he was very strategic about it. He had a heart for helping the people, but he also looked at it with a very critical eye. And I remember distinctly him coming to me and he said, Tyler, world population is exploding. Okay, there's more people in the world than we've ever had before. And that's expected to continue. And he said, and the ability for those people to have healthy lives is being affected by stresses on the environment and on the food system. And then he said, so there's two trends, more people. And he said, and the way people eat food and the way they interact with their environment is causing for greater dis-ease and unhealthy people. Then he said, you will see an increase. He said, but people are living longer because of medical discoveries at the same time. Then he said, the other trend that's really relevant is that medical health care is going up in cost and will become more difficult around the world to access. So remember, my father is a strategist. He zooms out. He does not zoom in. So he was zooming out and he was looking at the world very broad. And he was saying, okay, there's more people on the planet than ever before. Those people are dealing with stressed ecosystems, environments, and food. There's an increase in medical health problems, but a decrease in the ability for countries and governments to address healthcare. You may be surprised to know this. The other trend was that governments had increasing sovereign debt. And that may sound very odd, but my father's a strategist. And he said, increasing debt at the government level meant they don't have the money to provide healthcare for their people. And he would look at me and he would say, what does all of this say to you? And I would say, Dad, nobody looks at the world quite the way you do. And he said, Tyler, people have to take control of their own health. You cannot depend on a government. You cannot depend on the people making the food. You cannot depend on the people making the medicine. He said, the whole world is going to come to the realization that there must be other ways to promote balance and health in the human body. And when he looked at that, he said, that is why Asea will grow. Because these truths around the world are true in Europe, in Asia, in America, in South America. People will not be able to depend on the institutions of medicine, pharmaceuticals, food. The entire system is not set up to support the individual in their own health journey. At the same time, the system is not set up to help individuals with their own financial journey. And he said, we are bringing both to the world. We will allow people to take a product that is native to their own body, that promotes a cascading effect of redox balance. And people will feel that balance in their bodies. And because it addresses things at a cellular level, this will have a broad effect on the world. That need that everyone has and everyone will have, recurrent, unique, and useful and needed, that need is not being filled by the organizations and institutions who claim they care about you. They do not. We bring something to people that is an opportunity for them to take complete control of how they reach balance at a cellular level. I am not asking anyone's opinion about this. This is true. And all you have to do, I will tell you the last trend that my father told me, and he was right. He said, because of all of this, you will see increasing civil unrest in the world. And we see this now.
Yeah.
And these are all things that he was talking about 10 years ago. Now, we can act like this is not an opportunity. But when you see the world from a zoomed out perspective, and you realize the marketing messages that the world receives are in fact not true most of the time.
Right.
We're bringing something that allows you to speak a truth to people who genuinely need truth, and you're providing products to them that will help them to be more in balance at a cellular level. This is not just an opportunity financially. You will get paid in goosebumps. You will change people's lives. That to me is opportunity. And if you can't see that, share the product until you can. Because all you have to do is be consistent in sharing the product, and people will come to you and say, this has made a difference in my life. How you maximize that opportunity can take 1,000 different shapes and forms. It can pay for your son or daughter's education. It can pay for your home. It can pay for your car every month, or it can pay to replace a job that you don't want. It will take time. It is work, but it is work that is worthy of your time. And no person is too good for this opportunity. That I know.
That is so true. And this opportunity, Tyler, has attracted doctors, housewives, professors, football players. This is an opportunity for everybody. And as we get to the conclusion, because we know that our translators have a very tough job, and we know that your time is very precious. So we really just want to keep you for a few more minutes, if that's okay, Tyler. But I'd love for you to extend on this message that you've just touched on, because that's where I think a lot of us are at. If you're getting started, or if you've been around a little while, I think the biggest question for those of us wanting to share Asea is how. And I know it probably shouldn't be a how question. The why is more important. A lot of us have that why really down. You know, we have financial needs, we have medical needs, we have a life that we want to accomplish. But you, Tyler, are the original networker, because you started with this when you and your dad were the only people who really saw this vision. And sometimes we can feel like we're the only people that can see the vision. It is the burden of the pioneer to have to break boundaries and preconceptions. Would you speak on that? And as long as you want to go on, what would you say is your best advice for sharing Asea? You're the original network marketer.
Well, the first thing is, if you're not finding joy in it, then pause. If you're not finding joy in this, step back for a minute, because this is not about you, number one. This is about other people. And if you're trying too hard, you may be missing the beauty of it. So I want to release all of you from the anxiety of feeling like I can't get this to work. That feeling alone will become a barrier. So stop. Increase your awareness of and interest in and curiosity about other people. The only reason many of you are on this call right now is because someone genuinely had enough curiosity and interest to tell you about something they felt could help someone else. And in this case, they shared it with you. When you turn your attention away from people to the business, you will make this harder and less joyful.
Mm-hmm.
When you turn your attention back to people, genuine interest and curiosity about others around you, awareness, a desire to help, that is rule number one. When you find other people that have a genuine awareness and curiosity and interest to help others, then you are beginning to build a team. Be very careful with the language that you use with that team.
Mm.
When you use language that stops focusing on people and overemphasizes the business, you are separating your activity from the heart and soul of the why. Another suggestion: stop trying to convince other people. Stop trying to change their minds. Stop trying to prove to them you are right. You need to do none of that. What you do need to do is move from a place of trying to convince to speaking from a place of conviction and belief.
Mm.
That one change, if you do it with increased interest in others and increased curiosity about others, will re-inspire the joy of sharing. And your business will grow naturally because of love and joy. Now, if this sounds too soft for you, I can promise you, you will not enjoy the process if this becomes a business that is selling cases of product. The only way this will work is if this is a cause and a movement of helping other people. And if you will make that your priority, you will stop telling yourself you're not doing enough. You will stop deciding who you are by some rank, and you will begin to find the joy in the people that you're helping. Is it okay to want to make more money helping other people? Yes. Should you know how many more people it would take for me to make the kind of money that I need to bless my family or my life? Yes. But if you overemphasize those things, you will lose the joy and the very heart of what it is we're doing, and that is to help other people. So if you already have an organization that does not feel like it's moving, stop expecting them to do something and do something for them. Visit with them about what their hopes and their dreams and their visions are. How invested are you in those people? How well do you know what they want and what they dream for? Turn your attention back to the people. When you feel that you understand what your team wants to accomplish in a new way, call for a reinvigoration, a reboot of the computer, a do-over, a start again. Every marriage, every friendship, every business, everything needs a surge of energy to start again. I don't know anyone whose business consistently climbs on its own. It requires attention and it requires starting again. So if you can find 2, 3, 4 people that feel the joy of helping others, and you can call for a let's start again. Now add activity to that. Activity on a daily basis. Sharing of personal stories where you are finding people in need, where you are winning and succeeding. This company will only succeed if we consistently remind ourselves to return to the people. People are the priority, not product sales,
Amen.
not cases, and not bottles sold. It is people. And if we will take that and make that our goal, we will find joy in it. We will release ourselves from objectives, and we will start to find joy in people. The most successful we will not be a measure of our rank or our income. It will be the people that we have blessed and helped in the process. When we are all done and finishing this life, we will not remember our rank or income. We'll remember people. People that smiled at us, people that thanked us, people that were so happy to be friends with people in Asea or part of this movement. So yes, I'm a businessman. I understand the principles of business. But I am telling you, in this business, the answer is always return to people.
Yeah.
And if you feel frustrated, I want to release you from that. And I want you to find the joy again in the people. So that's my advice.
It's great advice, Tyler. And I thank you for, I think it's hitting a button with everybody. You're getting everybody just explode in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. You know, amen. Agree with that. I could tell you it's changed my family. This has brought joy to our house, to it's changed the health of my parents. We have gotten, I'm convinced, decades longer with them because of you and your dad. It's changed the future of my sons, the experiences, our well-being, our impact. There isn't an area of our lives that hasn't been touched because of Asea. And thank you for reminding us that that is the real breakthrough we're looking to make in other people's life. Redox is a breakthrough out of proportion, and we're looking for breakthroughs in people. Thank you for reminding us in closing here that that is what we are actually about. And which is why we love you, Tyler, you know. So I think you've just seen a reason, Tyler explained why you need to be at convention, okay? In closing, obviously, I want to thank you, Tyler, for being here with us, for sharing. We know you're extremely busy, but having you here in person, live translation, thank you to Mauricio, thank you to Sylvie. We know it's just reached so many more people that needed to hear this message today. If you want to hear more from Tyler and the Asea leaders, the Asea executive team, learn more about the impact we can have, the impact we're having, the future of the product line, you have to be at convention. Would you agree with that, Tyler?
Yes, you should definitely make convention. And here's why. It's where the people are. It will affect your heart. You will learn and feel great joy there. So come be with us. It's not just for products, it's for people.
Absolutely. And if you really, I know we're talking with a lot of Europeans here. If you really can't physically be there, make sure you've already registered for your online, to be present online as much as you can. Tyler, I think that's a great place to wrap up. I'd like to remind you all who are listening that we have a monthly this seminar happens every first week of the month. We're very, very happy to also share the recording with you. Will be available. Give us a day or so in French, in English, and in Spanish. It's also already on Asea United. And finally, once again, thank you to our translators and to you, Tyler, for being here today. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate your father and what you've done. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Tyler, for being here.
Much love to all of you. Thank you.
You from Texas.
Gracias.
See you
All
soon.
right.
Blessings. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you, Christina.
Thank you. Thank you so
you.
much from Sweden.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you both. Let's go.
Shalom.
Thank you from Denmark.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.